Haloform test. This test is the oxidation of methyl ketones with sodium hypohalate. To prepare sodium hypohalate, we mix a halogen with an alkali, preferably sodium hydroxide. Another option is sodium hydrogen carbonate, or you can use sodium hydrogen carbonate solution also. You need an alkali. When this halogen react with alkali, they form sodium hypohalate. Generally, you can write NaOX, or if it is iodine, it will be NaOI. When you think about the organic compound, molecules having a CH3CHOH group, there should be one more valency for carbon. So a compound having a CH3CHOH group preferably reacts. Now we are going to understand the carbonyl group. So this is the carbonyl group. If you have an H here, that becomes acetaldehyde or ethanol. So ethanol can show iodoform reaction. Instead of that H, if you have a CH3 there, that becomes acetone, propanone. Propanone can also give iodoform test. Or even if it is a benzyl group, or if it is a phenyl ring over there, making it an acetophenone, this can also give iodoform test. So this group, CH3CO group or CH3CHOH group, if these two groups, any of them are present in a molecule, then it can give iodoform test. Now we are going into the step-by-step reaction. Here we have taken ethanol or acetaldehyde, and the halogen taken is chlorine. When the halogen first reacts with the ethanol, forming a trichloroaldehyde, the alpha position of the carbonyl group is getting chlorinated here. The CH3 next to CHO is getting chlorinated as CCl3CHO. That's called chloral or trichloroethanol. And that trichloroethanol, chloral, then react with the base and undergoes hydrolysis. You can see that the portion that was CCl3, that becomes CHCl3. The CHO part or the carbonyl group becomes a carboxylic acid, and the carboxylate ion then react with the sodium, forming a salt. So here there is only one carbon in this carbonyl group, and this part there has only one carbon. So the product is sodium methanoate. Anyway, chloroform will be formed from that carbon that is present on one side of the carbonyl group. If you are using iodine as the halogen, then iodine and sodium hydroxide together they form sodium hypoiodate, so NaOI. Here we have taken acetone, and acetone has CH3CO CH3, so both are CH3. Any one of the CH3 group get converted as CHI3. One CH3 group becomes CHI3. Then you have two carbon here. You have a CH3 and you have a CO. That CH3 group is here as such, and that CO becomes a COO group. So that carboxylate ion is formed from the CO group. Sodium forms the salt with that. So it is sodium acetate or sodium ethanoate. Now this is 2-butanone. It's a previous year question. How can you convert 2-butanone to propanoic acid? That's the question. So if you do the iodoform test, see, you have a CH3 here, so you have that group, CH3CO group, which will answer the iodoform test. And when you do the iodoform test, this CH3 is going to become CHI3. Then there is CH3CH2CO. So you have 3 carbon, that CH3CH2CO. CO will become COOH and it forms a salt with sodium. So sodium propanoate, since there are 3 carbon atoms. If you hydrolyze the sodium propanoate in acid medium, you will get propanoic acid. So that is the main part of that question. How can you convert 2-butanone to propanoic acid? The yellow colored iodoform formed is the color with which we understand the test. Iodoform formed is CHI3 and it's yellow in color. So that yellow color formation gives information that the test is positive, and the molecule taken initially has a CH3CO group or a CH3CHOH group. This is a previous year question. Here you have 4-methyl pent 3-ene 2-on. So there is a branched carbon, you have a double bond here and you have a carbonyl group here. But you have this CH3CO group right here, so you can do iodoform test. But the specialty of here the question is, after the reaction, after the oxidation, you have to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon are there, but the product has only 4 carbon. That means 1 carbon is removed from this end, and this CO has become COH. And now you know that when you do the iodoform reaction, this CH will become CHI3. CHI3 and the CO will become COH. So the correct answer is option C, sodium hypoiodate. This one is a previous AIPMT question. 2 molecules are given. This one is a ketone and it can be oxidized to this carboxylic acid using which of these reagents? That is the question. You have chromic acid, sodium hypoiodate, copper at 300 degrees Celsius, KMnO4. These are given. Now we are looking at the reactant molecules. So I have the detailed structure of the reactant molecule here. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon atoms. So it is pent. It has a double bond 3-ene. It has a ketonic group, so it is 2-on. And it has a CH3 group as a branch. So it is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-methyl pent 3-en 2-on. That's the reactant molecule. Now when you name the product molecule, what you observe is that it has only 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon. So it is 3-methyl but 2-enoic acid. 1 carbon is less. And here you can understand that 1 carbon might be lost from here. This CH3 might be lost here because the CH3 twice is in the product molecule also. And this CO has become the COH. And now we understand that the NaOH, sodium hypoiodate or iodoform test is done in order to convert this CH3 to CHI3. And the CO has become COH. So the answer is option B. You can write the answer as option B. Acetone mixed with bleaching powder gives. So you know acetone is CH3 COCH3 and bleaching powder is calcium oxychloride. So calcium oxychloride has this structure CaOCl2, so it has CaOCl and the Cl structure, and it behaves like sodium hypoiodate. So one of the compound product formed is CHCl3 will be one product formed, and the other part will be acetic acid. As you know, CH3 will become CH3Cl and the second part will become acetic acid. So the answer is option A. If you like this video, you can like and share. If you have some comments, you can leave them in the comment box below. Please subscribe this channel to get more videos in chemistry and many shortcuts which makes learning chemistry easier. Thank you.